It's already after 1. So, first and foremost, I just want to say something before I start this class, which I'm not happy about it. But maybe because some of us were coming from another class. That is why lateness is not good at all. I'm telling you, if you want to become a successful teacher, you don't really late to your lesson. You have to be at the class before your student. You cannot even try it when I teach. Yeah, you cannot. Student has to meet you in class. There's no how. You have to be there. Farewell matters a lot. So we have to be small group. I know we have a lot of things that we are doing. So that's why some of us are just coming late to class. It's not good enough. You have to class, especially if you are going to be a teacher. Even as a performer also. You can have a concert 2 o'clock. You are supposed to be on the stage. And by 2 o'clock, they are now looking for you. While the others are already sitting down. They want to sit down. Oh, it's coming to come and perform. And you are not there. You can see that is the first impression, which is not good enough. But I know it's a matter of time. We are going to get there. There is no how we are not going to do a little brainstorming of what we have been doing because it's very, very important. And one thing about teaching is immediately you have it. Like one of my bosses used to say, one of my professors in the university, Mr. Adegoyega, said, no Jupiter can take it from your head. You know, whatever you learn today, there's nobody who can take it from your head. Nobody. Immediately you know it forever. You don't know. So it's very, very important. With the first class, we start about who is a teacher. And we all agree with who teacher is. Some of us can be able to look at it as, oh, we can call this person a teacher. You already know that, oh, wow, this is my teacher coming. We have a lot of definition, and which I already posted on our on our platform. Then also students, because there is no how. Immediately you know who teacher is before you can call yourself a teacher. So you're able to know that, oh, can I call myself a teacher or a performer? Because there are 2 different things there. So you'll be able to know again, students. And we'll talk about that also. When you look at it, that who student is, you're able to identify. Oh, who can you call a student? So it's very, very important as a teacher. Now also relationship between what the teachers and the student, who goes a long way. If you don't have a good relationship with your student, the time that we'll be getting to classroom management, you are going to have problem. And I'm telling you, we are going to get to that. Maybe 2 lessons more before we get to the method and so on and so forth. It is very, very important. Your relationship with your students, it goes a long way. Because the good relationship that you have with your students, the good relationship you have with your students will lead to your classroom management. So if you have a good rapport with your students, the time to have a classroom management, you will not have any trouble at all. You can come and say, no, sir. You will not have any trouble at all. You will not have any trouble at all. I'm telling you, your classes will be going smoothly in a legato way because you already have what? A good relationship with your student. But immediately you don't have a good relationship with your student, I'm telling you, there's going to be chaos. In between, some of them, they just want to look for your trouble because you don't have a good relationship with them. That's the time you are teaching, some of them will be doing something else. But immediately you have a good relationship with them, I'm telling you, you will enjoy your class. So then the last class we'll talk about the first lesson, which is also very, very important in teaching action. There is no how you want to teach. You get into class, you need to know what that is that you're supposed to be doing in the first class. Get into the first class, you want to do what is called show off. You want to show your student you know everything. Or you want to show your students that, oh, you did not dress well, you did not do this. First lesson also goes a long way. I guess we have that on I sent it to the platform also about the first lesson. What are the things that are required for the first lesson? Before going through what we have for today, I'm going to ask some questions so I'll be able to know that whether some of us are going to all this. You understand? We can't just have everything on the platform. Maybe I used to call myself I'm a workaholic. I'm the kind of person that I like reading. I don't even know. I love reading. It has been part of my life. I'm telling you, right? I took my time to read everything. I belong to almost 26 platforms. 26 platforms about music. And I'm telling you, not I'm here to proud. I take my time to read everything one by one. I might not do that day, I might not do the second, but I'm still going to read, and I'll be able to do what? My own opinion, all my views, all the perspective, all my own ideology that I have about what they are saying. It is not compulsory, it has to be correct or not, but I'm still going to say my own. That's one of the things that you are going to learn. Don't you know that if you expand your intellectual mindset, I'm telling you, there are some things that you'll be discussing. You already know that, you already have the idea of what they are talking about. And you must have it at the back of your mind again. You are going to be a music teacher, there's no doubt about that. But not everything is musical. I'm telling you, not everything. There's some things that if they are discussing it, or they're just, it's only music that this one knows. But you have to be versatile. Why do you be versatile? Open mindset. Last week I was having most of my data, I'm telling you, I use it on internet to be searching for where I'm going to do a training, either for free or I'm going to pay it. I'm telling you, I had one last week, yes, global site on soft skill. There's something that you didn't believe that you can learn. It's not about music. But if you want to become a leader, a teacher, there's some question that they are going to ask you. You can be able to answer that. Immediately you answer, I have to answer almost 8 modules. 8 modules. That takes me almost 1 hour. In one module, almost 10 questions. Thank God for yourself. A, B, C, D. You just have to pick and you have to get it right. They ask you a question. Objective. A, B, C, D. You get it right. There are soft skills. It's called a soft skill. You must have it. I'm talking about 21st century teacher. Collaboration, creativity, communication, critical thinking. Those are the things that you must have also as a teacher. Because I was telling someone yesterday, you can't compare the way they are, most of our teachers 25, 30 years ago. They'll just come to class, they'll just be putting everything down, they don't even allow students to say anything. You can't do that this time around. You cannot do that anymore. Things is changing, especially with the technology. Whatever you want to tell the students, they can also get it from where? On the internet, either it's correct or not. So you are going to be in a position to tell the student that, oh, this thing is right and this thing is wrong. So I want to see whether some of us check the platform, because I noticed that that platform is boring. And I don't know, so nothing is going on there. Maybe people don't have time to read. Now I know, I must tell you, I must commend your effort. You guys are trying. It's not easy. Maybe you have almost 15 or 14 subjects that you are doing. Especially your principal, what you are here for. All the other one are what else? Ajasa. But it's not that it's Ajasa, but you also have to understand them. What do I mean by Ajasa? Yes, maybe you can sing very well. What happened? If you are not asked to come and sing somewhere, you have to come and teach you all your music. If you don't have the knowledge of, that's why it's there in this curriculum that you must pass up to grade 7. So you'll be able to, wherever you find yourself, you might not be a theory teacher, but at least you should be able to do something about it. You can say, oh, this is the only thing I can do. You need to be versatile, you need to have that. So, we're talking about the first lesson, which is the last class, which is very, you can see. I know, and this is just a joke, don't take me for that. I can see that boss is looking at my what is it called, trainers or whatever it's called. It's not looking nice. It's not looking nice with my yellow socks impression. So then we look at that. My thing is dirty. I did not take care of that. It's not dirty. Don't look at my teachers. Or you come to class with your tie, it's not looking nice. When you do something, you're just looking at your students without doing nothing. I'm not sure Mr. Abiodun don't like me. Look at the way he's looking at me. It's like that, impression, it's there. So let's see, and I'm going to start from you, sir. We are going to go back to that first lesson again. The stuff is already there. I don't want anyone to look at your phone. If you really go through it, look at the impression, the first lesson. I'm telling you, don't you know that in your first lesson, immediately you prepare your student for the first lesson, and I'm telling you, when they are coming to your class, they'll be happy. That, we're going to Mr. Abiodun class, we're going to Miss Mary class. They'll be happy. But immediately your first lesson is boring, and you are just there, you are doing like, I am not saying, I know some people can cut me wrong. I am not saying born again is not good. Born again is good. But immediately you go to class and you are listening. Some students will tag that on you that, oh, look at that born again teacher. Hope you know that. Hope you know they are doing that. Students are doing that. They will tag it on you, that born again teacher. Yes, of course, the students do that. Because if you go to class, if you are not effective enough, your students, you have to carry them along. You motivate. As a teacher, you are like, especially that's why I used to tell people, I can't do any other thing. I teach literally like that. I used to tell my students. Because that's going to make me happy. You have to dramatize, you have to do a lot of things. Those are the things students going to remember. And you also, when you are teaching them, whatever you are teaching, you relate it to what is going on at this moment. That one goes a long way. So I'm starting from you, sir. The first lesson again, what are the things that we have there that students should be expecting? You as a teacher now, what are the things that you believe that your student will be expecting? Oh, I want to go and meet Mr. John. Mr. John Paul. Excuse me, problem, sir. I want to go and meet Mr. John. What are the things you expect? You as a teacher now, you expect your student to come from you at that first lesson, yes.
Okay, so performance, I don't have the phone, so I wasn't following all what's going on online, but I'll just tell you what I remember from the class. Yes. So students will be expecting the first lesson, of course, of the introduction, where you introduce yourself, and then the students also introduce themselves to you because it has to be an interactive class. And then you have to introduce you lay down your rules, and then introduce the subjects and make it as fun as possible so it doesn't scare them away. And then you just state your person. If you are like a funny teacher, you are like cracking jokes in class, just make sure you grab them and
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mr. Abiodun, can you take it up from there?
Basically, it's still the same thing. I think the first class is basically about creating an enabling environment, make them feel at home. Then, of course, the introduction and every other thing will be part of it. And of course, you have to be well prepared so that that can be very effective.
Thank you very much. Well-structured class. You prepare the way you dress, the way you talk to them, the way you relate with them. Let them feel at home. Tell them a lot of goodies. Let them be happy with yourself. You have never met them before, you tell them they are the best in the world. Students like saying something like that. Either they are doing it right or wrong, I'm telling you. Tell them, you're the best in the world. And students say, oh, Mr. Bob, you are deceiving me. I will like to see you. You're the best in the world. That's what I'm about it. You make them happy. They're home. Feel free. Nothing for you. How are you? What's up? How are you guys? You make them happy. You understand? These are the stores that you are going to do. Oh, they'll know that. You make them feel at home. Ask questions that is related to what you are doing in class. And I have already said something about that. After everything now, there is no how. I will tell you that's one of the problems that we are facing, that we are having now. But we're in the 21st century. If you want to lay down any rules, I'm telling you, carry them along. Carry your students along. Yes, I know school have their own rules and regulations. But when it comes to music class, the last class I was trying to show us something. You can carry my students along. Oh, this is the rules and the regulations. We discuss about that. You make sure that whatever you're going to do, it is not teaching in that first class. It is not, So they will be able to know that, oh, this is what we do, this is what we do. Before you know, I'm telling you, come into your class, and I'm telling you, they'll get a lot. So I don't know whether we have any question before we can start with what we have for today. Is there any question? Please let us answer. So, without wasting much of our precious time, let us talk about today's lesson. And I guess today's lesson is just the 2 or 3 parts, and then we'll go. I don't want to waste our time here, which is the art of teaching. You can see we have been talking about teacher, students, the rapport between the teacher and the student. The first lesson. Now, art of teaching. That's what we're going to do today. Teaching. Do you just look at it and I just want to teach? You just look at yourself that, oh, what are the teachers? Oh, let me also go for teaching. Or some of the problems that we're facing now, well, that's why the federal government, I guess, they are trying in that direction. Of course, there's a lot of things going on in our educational system. Our educational system is in shambles. It's not even in good shape. I must tell you, there's a lot of problems. And most of our policy, they are not, I'm telling you, it's not helping the matter. But notwithstanding, that doesn't mean that you're looking at the, what's it called? When I was checking the global, the university, do we even have any university in Nigeria 1 to 1,000? I'm not sure. And the first university that's surveying out of this, I guess the University of Ibadan, 1 to 1,000. You can check it around the world. There's no Nigeria. Yes.
Okay, in the world?
In the world, the best university. Even educational system. If you are talking about the educational system, for God's sake, you talk about Finland, you talk about Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan, before you get into America, UK. Then, Nigeria economy, our educational system, and see, before you go to strike, the last strike, and you're not going to pay their salary, and you want our educational system to be in shape, you can see. So out of teaching, how do you want to, can you just look at yourself that I want to become a teacher? I must tell you, I've been saying this and I'm open up to see it anywhere. I've been telling you some of the things that oh, Mr. Davis is far. It's not like that. I was having an interview from Akojopo Foundation. I will still share the video later. Akojopo Foundation, Music, Education, something. And that's one of the things that are, what influence your teaching? You just look at yourself and you no. I just wake up one day, I want to become a teacher. No! I joined my church choir, the church choir when I was off under Mr. Kendi Okusoya. Looking at this man at the choir rehearsal, this man is something else. The way you look at him, you know, the way teaching, the music, you understand? It's also about teaching. He's a choir master, fine pianist and lovely organist. He's still alive, 77 years. He's in the US now. The way this man is going to take a rehearsal, taking rehearsal out of church, taking it to what is going on in life. We're doing rehearsal, and this man is going to take it somewhere else. He's going to relate it to what is going on. He was going to teach. Oh, you know, all the boys. That's why in my choir, then you cannot. That is why I'll be telling people now. When you can't treble voice, your voice. There's some solos that it is compulsory. If God be for us, I know that my Redeemer liveth. The only city, we know that when you're treble voice, everybody is going to teach a solo, it's going to be everybody. Not that one person, everybody is going to learn. So, and our top C is still there. And tell him God before I remember. Oh, and because he's there, the truth, I'm teaching the way the man is going to bring it out. I'm going to become a teacher. There's no. I also want to stand in front of people. I want to be teaching this way. Influence. I'm influenced by life. Yeah, the way is going to take everyone. I'm telling you, treble boys, we will see that we're happy. I will go to church, we are going to carry other and some goodies. All are going on. It was a biscuit, it was some little change. Fluence there. I already have that art of teaching. So teaching is not something I will just do. And I already said in that interview, I already have another teacher called Mr. Inyo, a biology teacher. That man methodology is really of high repute. Biology. I remember photosynthesis is the process where green plants something way, you know, the way. You know, there's some people they have that way of teaching. When they are teaching, there's no, you can forget, there's no. Those are the people that influence what? Teaching. Now, what is all about? What is all about teaching? We want to know. If we're talking about teaching, we can come and sit down, sir. We want to know what teaching. What teaching? You are just coming, don't worry. They are going to ask you a question. I know you are just coming. Or if someone asks you, what do you understand by the word teaching? Thank you. Teaching. Yes.
It's being able to impact your knowledge.
Thank you very much.
Experience.
Impact your knowledge and experience also. Of course, that's what most of us is going to say. And sir, what do you understand by teaching, sir?
Yeah, I will, instead of using the word impact, though it's still impact, transfer.
Transfer knowledge, of course. You know, that's synonymous or whatever it's called in English, that it just is same word, but you just change. You understand? I was telling you that, yes, you can be speaking a good, I have a teacher, Mr. Fletcher, at BIS. There are good people, they speak good English, but they are not delivering the class. They are not. I cannot speak good English, but I'm starting PhD. I don't care about what they are saying. I cannot speak good English. I'm not proud of it. I'm writing my 11 articles. And I cannot speak good English. But they can speak good English, they cannot write one. And they are what? That's why I strongly believe we have a good people in this country, I'm telling you. So classroom is not all about you can blow grammar. You can be able to blow grammar, but you cannot deliver the lesson. Students will not, students will not like you for that. They were teaching English language, grammar, and sentences, colon, comma. All this is good for us to know that there's no doubt about it. What happens when you're talking about teaching? Who cares about all those words? Yes, it's that there. But you have to deliver the class. You have to, I'm telling you, that's what your student is going to remember you for. You have to deliver the class. So, I guess, without wasting all our time, I have two definitions here. You don't need to write it down. You don't need to worry yourself. I'm going to post it to your... What is teaching? Teaching is an act of imparting knowledge. You impart knowledge. Another definition there, it is an act of communicating a message with impact on audience. Another one there, teaching is a process intended for learning by inducing a behavioral change in the world, in the thought. I can see that auntie there, she was laughing because she's enjoying herself. I don't know. No problem. Let's laugh for that auntie there. Whether they are having night with you tonight, yes. The next people we go to, what influence our teaching? What influence our teaching?
Can you give that last?
Don't worry about that. I'm going to post it on your. So don't worry about that, sir. Yeah. So I was talking about the influence of our teaching. And I have like 5 or 6 of them here. Personally, yourself, you can influence teaching. Now, another one, your love for the calling, the occupation, the love that you have for it, you can influence. Another one there, love for students. I don't know how you are going to do it. If you are going to teach a student and you don't like them, I don't know how you want those students to learn. I was going through one, I was doing research by one Dr. Tyler, and he said something that there are some students, a medicine student, and they don't like being with, what's it called, sick people, and you call yourself a medicine student. Is that possible? So while they are doing research, they got to know that most of the medicine students, they say they don't like being with people that are sick people. And now, what they are now doing in that university, at the University of Cambridge or something, and from year 1, year 2, I guess they have to take them to the hospital to be able to see that this is what they are going to do with the rest of your life. They are going to be with all the sick people. So you are not supposed to be afraid again. You understand? It's as if you want to walk in the mortuary and you're afraid of death. Dead body. That's how it is. You want to become a teacher. You don't want to be a student. It's not possible. And maybe you will teach yourself. I used to tell my students, I'm telling you, that's one of the influence. When I'm in a classroom, my students will be looking at me and say, do you know that it is not normal for me, early in the morning, be in my office now, and I'm staying in my office in my room, 8 o'clock, no student, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 2 times 3. And I'm going on. I said, I can run mad. He said, Mr. Bafan, because I need to see you guys, because I am here because of you. I said, I'm here because I said, without you, I'm nothing. Because I have to teach. I have to talk to people. I can't be talking to myself. I can't talk to myself. So you see the love that you have for them. And without you, I'm nothing. I said, I just drove to school, park my car, be going all around without talking to students. I think that's why there's no how again. I will talk to students. I don't have choice. While doing that, there's no how. That's one of the influence of some students. It might not be all of them. That's another influence. What else again do I have there? Yes, the need for personal improvement. I'm telling you, as a teacher, I'm telling you, you need to develop yourself. Professional development. You don't need to go and wait for one school. I've been telling people will say, oh, Mr. Madam, no, that's the kind of person that I am. Immediately I receive my salary, I'm going to use almost 25,000 naira to buy books. I do that for almost 9 years. That is why, when you get my house, you see that Muson Library is just. When you get to my house, you see that it's my. I'm telling you, for the benefit of those people that to my house come and see, I used to buy original books. I don't like photocopy. I don't like it. I'm telling you, I have books, a lot. Because I already cultivate the habit of what? Buying books. I have to order for books. Music, electronic book, piano book, organ book, trumpet, all books. I have books. Apart from the one that I subscribe online. You have to. I remember my time that, oh, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Teaching. Yes, that's what I want to do. That's what I enjoy doing. That's what makes me happy. Even though I'm sleeping, you look as if I'm teaching on my head. Yes, that what makes me happy. Now another one there. What influence teaching? That's what we are. A conducive educative atmosphere. Mr. Bill said something about that in your first lesson. You have to create what the atmosphere for learning. You don't create atmosphere for learning, they will not learn. I'm telling you, you want people to learn, there is no risk. You want people to learn, there is no distance. I'm telling you, I don't learn. Sometimes when my students when they're in classroom, they don't even know that they're in classroom. Nothing. I'm telling you. And students also might not know. I'm telling you this. Students like saying colors. Hope you know that. Yeah. Students like saying colors. You understand? I joined there in 2011. And the music room is white. And I said, oh, I don't want white. I want to change this color. And I changed the color. So the people in the community, you understand? Not white. They like saying colors. It's like saying a lot of things. You understand? I changed my class. I can't, you understand? Something like that, you have to be, you make them happy. So why they'll be glad to come to your class, I guess. Then the next one that we are going to look at is the purpose of teaching. That is why teaching. What is the purpose of teaching? You know, we already looked at the first one, which is what is teaching. Now, the purpose of teaching. Why teaching? Why? Yes, you can answer from this now. What's the purpose? Yes, you can answer.
Yeah, the purpose of teaching, I think, is to make the pupil or the students to get the knowledge that you want them to get concerning that's a particular subject or whatever. It may not be, the educational stuff. It may be something else, but the main purpose is just to impact knowledge to the person understanding, that's learning.
Purpose of teaching.
Thank you very much. Purpose. Why teaching? Why do you think that we need teaching? Why do we even need anyone to teach us?
Yes. Because we need to, no one is an island. When you teach, you get back also. So you teach to like impact people, to have an influence in someone's life.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I also feel like there's no need for knowledge if you die with it, or if you just stick everything in your life.
That's deep.
So there's a need.
Yes, I know some of us should go to class 2 o'clock. And these are now 1:41, so we have to make it. So I have one here. Teaching creates awareness and feelings in the thought and brings about behavioral change. You know, sometimes immediately you teach some people, they're going to change their orientation will change. Because without teacher, you understand, they can just be doing what they like. Because no one to tell them that this thing we are doing is wrong, this thing we are doing is wrong. Do you know that I've been telling some people the problem that is going on in North, apart from some people they are just evil, is the lack of education. Nobody to tell them that this thing you are doing is evil. It is not good. It is not. So the only brainwash them. No one will tell them, oh, this is it. And just tell them because they don't have education. That's one of the problems there that's going on there. That the only brainwash them you have to kill people. Like someone was saying, if you kill one person, you have 55 rating in heaven. Yes, if you kill one person, so they want to kill the more as possible. That is the never mind teaching them because they don't know what to tell them the truth. That's one of the problems. Then now, the process of teaching. What are the process of teaching? Let me just give one. The teacher well prepared. That's the process. The teacher, you well prepared. Then after teacher well prepared, your message, you have to be specific and be accurate to the student. And another one, thought, sensitive and receptive for the student, so they'll be able to know what they are doing. And this aspect that we are going now, which is going to lead us to the end, is the learning cycle. Learning cycle, yes, the learning cycle. There are 3 learning cycles, which is very, very important. If you are in class as a teacher, you need to understand that. Because looking at your students, you know, we have various types of students. We have some gifted, we have some, that's for some more, that is in theory. We have them, we have gifted, we have slow learner, we have this. But I'm telling you through my own, what I have propounded through my own research and looking at all my students, are, to me, the way I look at my students, because I cherish them so much, I don't believe that any student can fail. Relating it to only strictly music. I'm not talking about English language. I'm talking about the way I'm going to deliver the lesson for the music. I'm not sure any one of them can fail. So, now, the last one that we want to talk about is that's what we are going to now. That's why that one is very, very, I'm telling you, it's not something even we can for a day. There is cognitive domain, which we are going to talk about. We need to know as a teacher. Psychomotor domain. And the last one, affective domain. The first one again, cognitive domain. The second one, psychomotor domain. And the last one, affective domain. Yes, domain. Those are the 3 learning cycles. And we are going to start from the first one. First one is about knowledge. What you know. That you want to transfer it to the student. Act of process of knowing. Knowledge. That is the first one, which is the cognitive domain. And the second one is the psychomotor domain. That one is learning to coordinate. Learning to coordinate. That you involve either your hands, either your hand, either your finger, you involve them. That is the psychomotor aspect. And the last one is affective domain. That one is dealing with what? Our own emotional. Our own emotional, react emotional, and the ability to feel another pain. You understand? The ability you're in class, you can see, wow, you can feel somebody's pain. As a teacher, you need to, I'm telling you, you need to have all these cycle of learning, which is very, very important. It is very, very important for us as a teacher. So I don't know whether some of us have a question before we go to the little. The first one is cognitive domain.
Cognitive.
That is knowing.
Yeah.
The process of knowing. That's the first one. The second one is psychomotor domain. And the last one is affective domain. So while doing that, I want us to come and see one, what's it called, a teacher that is engaging students. You can see that's the motivation aspect of teaching, which is related to the why you are processing your teaching. Let's see what this teacher is doing with the student. You now tell me why student will not like this kind of teacher. Let's see what he's doing. Let's see. Can you see?
Are you ready? Yes,
It's like, I'm not doing so.
I know, but your passion for the subject, I know it's not an easy task, but the passion for the subject, you don't even remember that, I'm telling you. I am telling you, you won't let me tell you something today. Let me tell you something you don't understand today. Yes, your salary has not been paid. You don't bring that to classroom. I'm telling you, you don't bring that to classroom. Oh, I'm telling you, whatever that happens to you, even at home, you don't bring it to classroom. You don't use it to affect the student learning. Yes, after the class, sometimes I'm not happy. But I'm not taking it to class. I will be in class. Yes,
So that's
psychology.
it's not. It's also a community school. It's just 70 people.
Bro, wait. I'm telling you, I'm not the passion for the subject. I'm not happy, no. And I'll be looking at myself, I'm not happy with this. But the passion for the subject, I'll just calm and make sure that don't you know that whatever you do in classroom, I'll be saying this, becomes your history. Whatever you do in class, do you know that your one lesson can change someone's life?
Yeah.
One lesson. Maybe that day, whatever you are going to demonstrate in classroom that day, is going to change somebody in the classroom. But you don't know. You don't know. What happened? Fashola said something about one of her teacher. I'm talking about the former governor of Lagos State. And he said, go and help me look for Mrs. This. He said, Governor, why? Just teach in classroom. And what happened to that woman today? I said, I just left this man house, money, everything. What did this student to London to study? And another thing again, I don't know whether that one will be flying around on the social media. That the guy, there's a particular man that was saying something that while in, I don't know whether in primary school or in secondary school, something happened in the class. There's something was stolen, whether bangle or something, I don't know whether the story that. And the teacher asked everyone to can you all stand up? And after the teacher took this thing up somewhere, the teacher took that stuff. And the student was shaking as if the teacher was going to announce that, oh, Babatunde, you're a thief. And the teacher just did what? Keep quiet, as if nothing happened. And the student asked the teacher, sir, where did you see that stuff? Where did you see it? And the teacher just pretended as if he didn't hear anything. He did not hear anything again. And now has to call the student after the class that, why did you do that? But the student very happy that what the teacher did not announce. Just imagine that. Do you know that? Do you know? Let me tell you something. Especially, listen. Let me tell you something. Apart from the primary school and secondary school, there's a lot of things that happen in primary school I can never forget, and in secondary school I can never forget about stuff like this that teacher announced. Till tomorrow. I remember when I was school that somebody see.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
A good teacher will never do that. I'm telling you. You will never.
Because I know in that case, it could be that the teacher is encouraging the person to continue because it wasn't embarrassed, so they might take it that okay.
And that's all. I feel that's why they called him back.
But in
that context,
the teacher called him back.
That's what I want to say. In another context, but what happened is this now? The person now become what? A big man. Now, sir, did you remember me? I don't know you. Sir, did you remember? You don't know me. Why 42 years ago? So, it's you. What happened to man? Try and bless that man with. I'm just trying to tell you. A teaching job, I'm telling you, is a rewarding experience. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it might not be now. The time is coming. I'm telling you. I can never forget Mama Shana who was telling us, she's not standing on the level. Mama Shana was somewhere and they're having, I guess, Peter Odili. Happens to be one of the students. And the governor. Yes. And the governor.
I need attention. She's calling you.
They're calling. You're doing something, I guess, in the kids' college, you're doing something and they come forward. And the governor has to, for you to know that teaching is something. That's what, that's my teacher. And that guy, Mama was telling us the story, I was not there. And the governor has to stay. Come and meet Mama when Mama came. Mama, I don't remember. Mama Shino, student. Peter Odili. Then he was governor of River State.
Yeah.
Yes, for you to know, teaching is not something that you just do. You can change this student's life with whatever you are saying. So let us try. And we are still going to watch another video. Then we are going to. Please, it is very, very important. I don't know whether anyone has a question. So today we look at what the process of
The art
teaching.
of teaching.
What is teaching? Art of teaching. That is what we look at today, and it is very, very important. So I don't know whether any of us have something to say. I don't know. Let's say our mind. It's very, very good. So when you say your mind, feel free to say your mind. It's very, very important. So someone be able to welcome the teacher. Oh, that's Mr. Oh, I remember Mr. Biodu. There are some teachers I can never forget them. It's not their good, I'm telling you. And do you know that the last video that I just watched? Do you know that lady? She's not a music teacher. Hope you know. Look at what she's doing in that class. Eh? I want to tell you something now. Quickly go to your phone. You can check it later. There's a guy called Opaifa Olasukome. Opaifa Olasukome happens to be the best teacher in Nigeria 2018. You know they're doing it, if you don't know, Maltina. Every year. Best teacher in Nigeria 2018. What?
He's deformed.
Is that what?
The guy is deformed.
No. No, there's no. Don't worry. So, please, what's that big name? Coming, I'm going to tell us. And also, last year, 2020, Global Teacher Prize. I don't know, some of us don't care about doing all this. Global Teacher Prize. It has never happened in the history of this country that Nigeria will qualify as what? The first thing in the world teacher in the world.
It has never happened.
It has never yet. And this guy break record. By far last point. What was it? 2018 I was saying that it was the best teacher, Martina best teacher, teaching just English language where in a school in Kugu in Abuja.
Local school or international school?
Local school. Wow. I'm telling you. Why am I telling you all this? Is what apart from passion and everything that this guy has. Do you know that this guy is teaching? That's what we are going to teaching English language. And now we turn it to music and dance. You go and check. He has his own philosophy. He's teaching students. I'm going to post it on your page so you'll be able to see. Do you know that this guy go with? I don't want to tell you.
So tell us.
You know, there's no. We're talking about when you know. How many countries do we have in? Well, almost 160.
More than one.
Let's just say 160. And just imagine a Nigerian guy from a Lagos State boy, of course, from Lagos, but teaching in a school, not even international school, in Abuja, 1st to 10. And immediately you are in 1st to 10. Just imagine. And I guess his position is not even 1st to 3 as when the competition. But 1st to 10, for you people 1st to 10 in the world, and it has never happened in the history. Nigeria and the 1st to 10.
They have not met me now. They meet me.
They are not met.
Yes, I pray you will get there in Jesus' name. So, as I was saying, what interesting most is what the guy, the passion, teaching English language with what music done. As I was saying, now that lady there now, she's not a music teacher. For God's sake. She's not a music teacher. But she's teaching that subject line English language with what? Sound, music, a lot of the drama. Putting drama there, music, everything. Rapping. That is the 21st century teacher, if you don't know. That is one of the 21st century teachers I can say.
Yeah.
You have to make your student, you do something that everybody should do. They'll feel like, oh, they will never forget all this thing. It's not that you get to class, you talk, carry one desert, you talking. I'm not saying Mozart is good. Some people look at me that when I do. Do you know what is the relevance of Mozart to what we are doing now? Yes, it's good because in most of the syllabus, if you want to do, they say go and play this thing, go and play. You need to know them, don't get it wrong. But we also have that is the force you are retaining. Critical thinking. yourself. What can you do? Collaboration, communication. Make yourself be innovative person. You don't just be rigid, all these things.
But so, why did you say what is the relevance of Mozart to this present?
Yes.
Why did you use that word?
Thank you very much. Because, especially to the Nigerian child, yes, you have to relate it to that place. Because of what? Because most of them, look at it now, looking at our age now, looking at, let's say, 45 years to like downward. How many people can recognize Mozart? How many Nigerian children? I'm coming. Number one, religion barrier, the North. They don't know who Mozart is. I'm talking, you can see my context in Nigerian barrier. I mean, even the people in the West here. But what is the relevance of Davido, Odogu, all those guys to what is going on now? I am coming, we ask your question. That's where I'm going to. The only people that you can understand Mozart, I hope you are listening to me, sir. Listen, sir. I'm not saying Mozart. The only people who can recognize Mozart and all of them now is people that are in church that are hearing about Mozart stuff, and people that study music. The Muslim, you understand? What you mean we are talking about relevant is what everybody, either Muslim, either Hindus, who want to tell me, immediately you play Olamide song, they'll die everywhere. Yes, sir, your question. That's what I mean that. What is their relevant now? Apart from the people that are going to play it in church, in the university, and conservative like this place. What's the relevance?
In a counter to what you just said.
Yes, sir. Yes.
This is where the place of a music teacher is.
Yes, sir.
This is where you need to publicize a certain trend that you don't even know how the origin came from.
Yes, sir.
Now, you can never hear Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in the church, but you will always hear it in the school. How did Twinkle Twinkle Little Star come from Mozart? Why can't music teachers say, do you know about this song? It's a popular thing till the world.
Thank you very much. Of course. Thank you very much. That Twinkle Twinkle, the guy is making sense. You know that Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? It also has a lot of variation.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm not that yes, you hope you know. It has a lot of variation. One variation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost to 12. That Twinkle Little Star. Why people are listening to Twinkle Little Star is, you know, Twinkle Little Star is like a folk something. I hope you know. It's like a folk. Hope you understand. Some people don't say, know. We are talking about Twinkle Little Star apart from guys in school. Why people understand this is because even in the village, can we sing it? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Let's sing, go, let's go. Star, I want to up among the so high. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, what you are. Why is this? Listen, why is this relevant? Is because even in most primary school, in secondary school, and that one you're talking about, Mozart now do the variation, not that Mozart compose it. You know the variation on it. What do you understand? Variation. How do you listen to me? Mozart now write variation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and immediately you are talking about variation. You want to go and listen. So you want to go and talk to the people in Casina about variation.
So it started from somewhere. Now let's remove the variation. Let's look at the origin.
The thing,
The origin.
the motive.
This very first one. Twinkle, twinkle.
Yeah, the motive.
Of course, this is where I even expect. Okay, as a music teacher, this is why I expect myself to ask me.
Is making sense.
To ask me, sir, how did this come about? We sing this like everywhere. I hear from my friends, from even when I travel to abroad. Of course, it is. Then this is where you now open their eyes to what they have never known about that stuff.
Thank you. This guy is really good. I'm telling you.
Clap for him.
So
we need to have a way of clapping in this class.
Thank you. Let's see. Please, let's see. I know it. Let's watch this before we go to bed. Please now. We have to go now.
No. I'm fine.
So let's see the strategy of an outstanding music teacher. Outstanding music teacher. Strategy. Let's see.
place again. I was not.
You want to from the beginning again? Mr. Bioli join us. Let's start from the beginning again.
I was conducting the music.
Good.
Okay.
Let's talk about that, please. The teacher that wants to make different in class. His parents don't tired. A good teacher explains. Superior teacher demonstrates. A great teacher do what?
Inspire.
You can joke at teacher tells.
Of course, we send it to them.
You send this to us, man.
Plan teaching because your students give method of planning. Student learning meals. Passion for teaching. Teaching some course. Change teaching activity. Question, feedback, independent, challenge them.
Sam, will you send this to us? How will it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, in better give up this way. I'm going to put I have my own, and I put to this, and that's going to be the end, and you ask question and you go. Outstanding teacher also, I put something there. You have to feed your imagination. You have hungry for knowledge every day. You understand? You have to, I'm telling you, improve yourself. Another one, you have to prepare to invest your time and money. I'm telling you, to be an excellent teacher, you have to invest your time and money. I pray God will provide for our needs.
Amen.
I know it's not an easy
That's
task,
why I said it is.
especially in the country of ours, that everything is just going out of hand. Then, great teachers are great learners. Hope you know that.
Yes, so.
I know. They already said something there. Have the courage to try out new ideas. You are not supposed to be afraid of, I'm going to get it wrong. Who cares?
Being
Okay.
different.
Even professors are getting it wrong. So what am I? I'm not a professor yet, of course. You know, there are some people, and the only way you can even improve in whatever you are doing, you have to add or feedback whatever you are doing. Either they are, you know, there are some people, they are strongly, their criticism is just bad. They don't see any good things in you. You are using it to develop yourself for God's sake. You don't need to be complaining about that. Just try, make sure that what you are doing is in the right path. So I don't know whether we have any question, because I want to do one assignment. I'm going to post it.
Okay.
I'm going to do one assignment too. I'm going to post it on the page. Please, any question? Just ask question before you leave here. So you got it.
So, sir, like the really sorry. Where you're coming from, you've always said the population. So it's not everybody that will have the opportunity to have limited population in the class. Even some standard schools, they still have it maybe because of space or because of the demand. Sometimes their class capacity is more than what is demanded, and you're supposed to influence on. So it's not really sometimes not so easy to manage.
Thank you very much. You know that everything is really based on the how am I going to put it? The love for the subject. If you have the love for the subject, you don't influence students a day. I hope you listen to me.
Yes.
You understand? If you have 20 lessons, it is possible. In one class, maybe you influence in one class, if you want to go, you can go there. Maybe you influence in one class, you just do like 5 or 4 or 3 or 2 students. Another class, maybe another student. I'm telling you, that's how the thing will be going. You don't expect to influence them a day. You understand? That is what I'm telling you. Look at, let's go to, what is it called? Who is that? It is not in the Bible. My Bible and knowledge is not like that. Is it not Jesus Christ that has to? No, it's not Jesus Christ that has to live. The Bible scholar.
No, let's get what you're trying to say.
No, is it not Jesus Christ that he has to live because of one shepherd?
Okay.
It's a
Parable, yeah.
Because of one shepherd, he has to do what?
One sheep.
One sheep ahead from 99.
Yeah,
Possible also,
exactly.
you know, one day, that the thing will be going. Your influence, you don't look at your influence has to be here. You just want to come to class a day. You want to influence all the students in a day.
It's not possible.
Do you know that some people have been teaching for 35 years? All the people that have influenced is not even up to 10. Yes. And they have been teaching for 35 years. So what are you going to do?
I have people like that.
You know what you're doing? You just have to
Yeah,
do your best and leave the...
Yes.
So thank you so much. I really appreciate
You're welcome. Thank you very much, sir. So this class was superb.
Fantastic.
I said this class was superb.
No, we like this video is really engaging us most.
Exactly.
Correlate with what you see.
And we have to we also
You're a
like
good
get
teacher,
to talk also.
Even though if you say I'm not a good teacher,
You know for yourself.
Like 3 professors have already said I'm a good teacher.
Oh, so you've gotten validation already. So you don't even need our validation
You
actually.
say what?
You've gotten validations already.
No. It's not me, it's God.
Exactly.
I'm just a mortal. You understand? I'm just a mortal. I'm telling you, everything we deposit back to God.
Yeah.
It's God that gives us the wisdom and the knowledge. And we have to point out. That's exactly what you are doing.
Well done, sir. See you next week.
See you next week, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
So I'm going to say